Okay, guys, quick story time. I am in North Hollywood at my homegirl Haley's house. Shout out to Haley Herms. Follow her on Instagram. Let me just tell you about the nightmarish Airbnb scam situation I had and was involved with, right? I don't know how I get involved with this. You guys know I come from New York City. Big ups to the Big Apple. Came out to Cali for a little bit. It's pandemic, so why not? Me and Haley are both models, and we know we hang out like that. So I get this Airbnb. Mind you, I booked a one-way trip out here. Didn't really have a solid plan, still trying to figure it out. I thought I would stay a few days in this Airbnb in LA so I can get my grounds and see what I'm gonna do, what my next move is. So it was this brand new Airbnb. I got it last minute, which I normally don't do, but because I didn't have a solid plan, I was like, let me just do it. It was stock photos, like the pictures that are on the website of this apartment building, fancy rooftop, patio, balcony, like it just looked like the works. But the catch is it was only $25 a night. Sign number one, should have known. But did I think about that? No, I was thinking about it's a really nice place for really cheap. Wonder why. So I messaged the guy because I'm kind of thorough when it comes to this. I messaged the guy. I'm just like, so, this is a really nice place. Like, tell me more details about it. He was renting, Airbnb out his room. He said that there were 4 rooms in the apartment. There's 3 other roommates. So I said, okay. And are they like, have you met them? Is everything cool with that? They're like, oh yeah, they're cool. They're cool. Everything is good, whatever. I was like, all right. And so he's like, you're going to be the first one in the room. We want to make sure you have a great time, a great experience. We're going to make sure that everything is solid for you. Okay. So I'm flying out, which I shouldn't have. I flew out to LA. Not that I shouldn't have, but like I flew out to LA around midnight, and I was going to Uber over there, but I was like, well, is somebody going to be there to meet me so that they can tell me which room it is or whatever? He's like, sure. So, the guy, so it was like a black guy that was Airbnb out the room. So like in the profile picture was a black guy, but he has this Asian guy who's like closer to my age that is like cleaning the room after people leave and things like that. So the Asian guy comes to pick me up from the airport. He's like, oh, I want to give you the 5-star treatment. I'll pick you up from the airport, take you to the Airbnb. So it'll be easy for you. You don't have to Uber or anything. I was like, really? Wow, this is like too good to be true. Like, and it was, girl, let me tell you. So I was like, okay, yeah, sure. He picks me up. He seems normal. He seems nice, whatever. I get in the car. We get into this really fancy apartment building that you have to like use a latch app on your phone to get in. So you put your phone up to the thing and it'll unlock it. So we do that. We get upstairs. We do that to the door again. Mind you, he almost didn't show me this apartment first. He almost said, oh, you could just show up and you have everything you need. You'll be fine. Thank God I forced him to like make sure somebody was there to introduce me to the roommate situation, whatever the situation was. I didn't want to show up there alone. Thank God I did that. We get to the apartment. I put my phone in. He opens the door. I see 3 black girls my age. One was sweeping. One was on the phone. One was like doing something else. She dead stopped her sweep. She had the sweep right here. She looked at me. She's like, who are you? And I said, hey, I'm Gabby with Airbnb. And she's like, you can't Airbnb this room. I'm shocked. It's 1 a.m. Just flew to another state. Have nowhere else to stay, nowhere else to go. I'm just like, I look to the Asian guy. He walks right past me, takes my luggage into the room, ignores this girl completely. And then she's like, you can't be here. Like, what are you doing? And he's just like acting like everything's normal. He's like, oh, here's your room. Here's your stuff. Let me just show you how to get back out of the room. I was like, okay. So I go outside of the apartment. He closes the door and then I put my phone to the latch and he shows me how to like lock the door. And he's like, see, there you go. You have everything you need. And he runs around the corner and leaves me there. So I'm just like, what the heck? I go back inside and thank God the girls were cool. And she was just like, where did he go? I was like, he left me here. I don't know. Like, I just, So they're freaking out. They're calling the cops. They're calling the emergency apartment line, all this stuff. And they're just like, I can't believe he did this. You just have to do a background check to get this room. I can't believe he did this. He can't be Airbnb it out. And, they were like really hyped, whatever. But they were nice to me because they're just like, it wasn't your fault. We're going to let you stay because you have nowhere else to go. All this stuff. One of the girls was like, you can just stay until Tuesday because that was when you booked the Airbnb for. I said, great, thank you. And so they gave me like a drink and we were just having a good time, whatever. But one of the girls still felt uncomfortable with the situation because they're like, this guy, he rented the room, but we never met him before. He's never been in the room. We only see the Asian kid once in a while and all this stuff. So they pretty much did this whole Airbnb thing without letting the roommates know, and now left me in a situation where they're just looking at me like, what the hell? So I was like, I'm only here for a few days. I'm going to go out. It's 2 a.m. My friend Haley was like, let's go out. So we went to this warehouse party. It was really fun. So I come back around 3 a.m. So the next morning I go to the store, trying to get toilet paper, get myself together because it's a really nice place and I wanted to stay and the girls seemed cool. They already said I could stay. So I come back and they're sitting down in their bonnets, looking like they're waiting for trial. Like they put me on trial. I get back to the apartment. I sit into the couch. They just stare me down. And they're just like, and then I'm like, so I talked to the guy because the guy came back and he was like, he said I could stay. He said that this is okay. This is whatever. And, all this stuff. And they're just like, I'm sorry. I know that this isn't your fault, but you have to go. We don't feel comfortable. You have to understand how we feel. We don't feel comfortable, blah, blah. I was like, okay, that really puts me in a bind because you guys know how hard it is to find an Airbnb last minute, plus it's COVID, plus it's LA. And so I'm just like, that sucks. I was like, well, can I at least take a shower? Because I was like, gross. And then they're like, yeah, totally. I'm in the shower. I hear the cops come. Now the cops are in the house because they called the cops. They said there was an intruder in the house. An intruder. I'm like hiding in the bathroom, texting the Airbnb guys, like, you got to fix this. Like, what the hell? You can't have me in this situation. So I'm like trying to shower and whatever, but hiding in the bathroom to like figure out the situation because I needed somewhere to go. They gave me 5 hours to leave, but the cops came. So they come to the bathroom. They're just like, Gabby, the cops are here. They want to talk to you. I was like, what? And then she's like, yeah, are you done with your shower? I was like, no. And she's like, well, it's only gonna be a few minutes. I was like, okay, I guess I'll put my clothes on and go talk to them. I go over there. First of all, I'm listening through the door before they come and get me. And I hear the cops say, legally, he's not doing anything wrong. Legally, we can't do anything about this. This is an apartment housing authority issue. You need to call the apartment. The cops we can't help you. Obviously, why the hell are you calling the cops on an Airbnb situation? Call the apartment building. That's who needs to know. So I talked to the cops and they're just like, what happened? I told them what happened. And they're like, okay, well, legally, we can't kick you out. We can't do anything, but these girls are nice enough to let you stay and blah, blah, blah. Most people would have just told you had to go, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, I know. I'm grateful that they let me stay. But again, you guys, I rented this Airbnb. I paid my money. And he even said, he's like, this is a transaction between the roommate. She paid the money. We can't kick her out. She literally paid to be here, so this is something you need to take up with your roommate. Whole ordeal, kicked me out, got my shit. And then they looked at me, they're like, oh, by the way, can you send me all the text screenshots between you and the Airbnb guy? It's really going to help our case. First of all, young lady, you kicked me out and I had to figure things out myself. And thank God the Airbnb guy was nice enough to book me another room, pay for the other room in a better area, right in Hollywood Boulevard, way more expensive, way better than the situation I left. And I was like, you know what? Screw you. No. And so I was just like, no, I'm not really feeling this or whatever. So at first I told her, yeah, I would send her the the screenshots. But when I talked to my mom, my sister, my friends, they're like, hell no, don't help that girl with anything. She's getting you in her drama. When she kicked you out, there's nothing more for you to do for her, for you to stay. It's not like they helped you out. It's not like they let you stay. You would feel more inclined to help them, but they kicked you out after less than a day of being there and they called the cops on you. So hell no. All this to say, be on your P's and Q's, peoples. I mean, the way that these people are doing their Airbnbs, it's like, it reminded me, as I used to live in LA. LA is like the land of scammers. You see this a lot, you see this a lot. And so be careful out there, guys. I got scammed in the Airbnb situation. Thank God it worked out for me. Thank God I moved in with Haley and we're having a blast. I'm having so much fun. Like, that little hiccup was in the beginning, but at this point I'm having so much fun, you guys. So much fun. Anyways, I love you. Like this video if you want to hear more updates about my crazy life, because you know it gets cray out here. Follow me on Instagram at Gab the Guru. I'm just doing so much out here and it's like so much fun. I want you guys to be included in all of it. So I love you. I have a casting, a self-tape that I have to do right now. Pray for me. I know I'm gonna book it in Jesus' name. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.